What's going on, guys? Void here, and today we have a potential build to try to pull off the Hex Pentimento perk. All right, so the PTB is done right now, so we can't actually try it out, but we're going to assume that the perk comes out as is. But wait, there's actually an update with that. So Hex Pentimento, when we first read the description, the first rekindled totem was the one that decreases survivors' gen speed. That was a mistake. That was a description error, and the devs later updated it. So I'm gonna post a thing right somewhere right here or something. I don't know, something right here. But it's actually the second rekindled totem that gives them the like 30% regression speed. It's the second totem. It's not the first. So yeah, that sucks. But all right, on to the build. So this is the build that I'm thinking like could give us the best chance of pulling it off. I'm going to leave this one blank just because that's where ideally the, Hex Pentimento will be. But plaything, I was reading the comments. I read all the comments, and the common thing y'all was saying was Hex plaything. That's how you do it. That's how you do it. And I agree. The problem is, and a lot of you said this too, is Michaela. Michaela and her boon totems. Yeah, she's the biggest problem. She can cleanse, you guys already know, she can cleanse a hex totem, but just put a boon totem on it instead, which can completely render your hex useless. So we have to tunnel her ass. We have to like somehow, like, if we see a Michaela, either dodge the lobby or like, I don't know, we got to like really make sure she doesn't do shit. But at this point, she's been out a while. Maybe those boon totems are on other survivors, so that kind of sucks. But yeah. But anyway, hex plaything. Every time we hook a survivor for the first time, it creates a hex totem and gives them the oblivious status effect. The idea here is that the survivors do not like being oblivious, and if you ever been oblivious playing a game, it's kind of scary. The killer can just like pop up on your ass and you had no idea. So you look at the survivors, they get the oblivious. Ideally, they cleanse the totems. They cleanse the totems, and ideally, there's no Michaela. And ideally, survivors don't have a boom perk. There's a lot of ideals to get this off and whatnot. So yeah, boom. But that will only get rid of 4 totems, ideally. So there still be 1 dull totem. That's why we have these 2 right here. If you ever played like at a high MMR rank, Ruin goes away extremely fast. Like in the first 1 to 2 minutes of game, it's gone. So I'm using this to occupy a totem, and again, I hope they don't put a boom totem on it. So that's the complete purpose of that. They're going to get on the gens, they're going to see Ruin, and like, okay, let's go search Ruin, ideally cleanse it, and not put a boom totem on it. Next, of course, we have Devour Hope. Depending on how smart the survivors are, they might cleanse it, might not, but after we get 3 stacks, that's usually a moment when the survivors panic and start searching for Devour Hope, which is something we want them to do. We actually want them to find the totem to cleanse it, not place a boom. So just these 2 perks alone will take care of 2 of the 5 totems, and ideally this right here takes care of the remaining ones. Again, we're gonna go in the game. I've been talking way too much. I would like some ideas. Like if you guys have any ideas different from mine, and different from what was said in the last video that could like somehow get this build to like work, assuming the Hex Pentimento comes out as is, I would love to hear it. As you know, I read all the comments, even though they're really long ones. I like hearing you guys' feedback, so yeah, let me know. And again, this one's blank because that's where the perk will go. And let's hop into the game and see if we can pull this off. All right, so I fucking lied. I said I was gonna have gameplay. I'm lying because we played about 5 to 10 games and I never got it off, and that's for three reasons. So there's no gameplay because I couldn't get it. 3 reasons why. The first one, Michaela and her boon totems. Fortunately, when I was playing the game, I never had a survivor who wasn't a Michaela have a boon perk, which is ideal, right? But the problem is once she places a boon on any totem, it significantly reduces your chances to like be able to pull off Hex Pentimento. Let me tell you why. If she puts her boon on even a dull totem, that takes away a totem that can be used for Hex plaything. Okay, you say, okay, just destroy the boon totem. Okay, cool. I destroy the boon totem. Best case scenario, I hook another survivor, and the Hex plaything goes onto that totem. The problem is, Michaela still knows who that goddamn totem is because she booned it originally. You say, Void, that's okay because for 90 seconds, she can't touch it. But that leads into the second point. Hex plaything. It's not that threatening. It is not a threatening perk. I had so many games where I have survivors just not cleanse their totem. They just wouldn't do it. I don't know if I wasn't threatening enough or like what the hell was going on, but they did not cleanse their totem. Oftentimes I would end the game and there's still 2 or even 3 totems still up, plaything totems, because they just didn't cleanse it. I don't know if that's an issue with like my MMR being like too high. That's why I'm playing nurse. I probably shouldn't be playing nurse because the survivors are too smart and whatnot. So maybe that's an issue with them just like not fearing the oblivious status effect. But yeah, it's just not a threatening enough perk for survivors to want to cleanse it. Unless, I don't know, unless it's like a lower MMR or something. I don't know. They weren't cleansing the totems though. So Michaela, Hex plaything just not really being threatening, so survivors just don't destroy it. Third one, map offerings. I don't know. This is killer dependent, I guess, maybe. But I main nurse, and yeah, I got sent to a few indoor maps that weren't midwich. So you can imagine the fucking maps I got sent to, and yeah, indoor maps they're just not it. It just increases the difficulty of the game for your killer. But that's not your main point, right? Because your main point is to try to get the challenge done. But thing is, actually, I'm just complaining. It just makes the game harder. It makes it harder to get the kills or the hooks, which makes it harder to get the thing off. Yeah. So yeah. That's it. That's it. So 3 things: bone totems, hex plaything not being threatening really at all for good survivors, and bat maps making it harder for you to actually try to get those playthings, which again aren't really threatening in the first place. All right, I've been talking way too much. Help me. Maybe when the perk comes out, it'll be different. But like, can you guys tell me like what? Can you guys tell me like how, if you have tried, how close have you gotten to the survivor? Okay. If you guys can tell me how close, if you tried this, how close have you gotten to the survivors destroying all the totems? Because again, the closest I got, I forget if I even said this, the closest I got, I had 4 hex totems, and they had already destroyed one, so it was just the 4 remaining hex totems. I had 3 stacks of Devour Hope, and when they went to go cleanse the totem, they got the right one. They cleansed Devour Hope. So yeah, and again, they just ignored plaything after that. So yeah. Anyways, I'm talking too much, guys. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. Maybe some improvements and builds and whatnot. The next video won't be a discussion video like this. It'll be actual gameplay and stuff like that. Even though y'all seem to like this because it's the video with the most views. Hint, 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 hint. Watch the other videos, please. Yeah, that'll be it. Don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you're enjoying the content. And yeah, guys, I guess I gotta see you guys in the next one. Peace.